If you haven't heard the heap and helpin' and Days of Our Shives drama going on over at Sony, I doff hat to thee, stranger. You're one of the fortunate fucking few. If you have, you already know Sony Computer Entertainment's prognosis is so shit their CEO's pulling up in the company hearse. Who'd have thunk a studio that hadn't turned a profit on a new release in, almost a damn decade might get donged in the distant future? It all began when Masaki Yamagiwa, producer of a little ditty named Bloodborne, pounded the cobblestones with an ambiguous statement that he'd be leaving, quote, at the end of the month. This, of course, meaning April 1st. And while many cocked a brow at that particular date, I was far more curious why the end of the month was chosen for his departure, because I suspected at that time a company-wide exodus may be inbound, a small army, after all, having departed the studio in the last 2 fucking years, beginning with, but not limited to, the former head of the studio in 2019, with another big batch about 4 fucking months ago joining them all on the unemployment line. And as if responding to a dog whistle, the real kind, folks, not the fake fucking CNN kind where Trump blowing his nose into a hanky in a speech means his supporters need a level of Capitol building or some bullshit, said purge actually appeared, as I suspected. Later that evening, fellow Bloodborne alumni Ryo Sagabe, responsible for that game's jaw-dropping cinematics, revealed he'd also amble on down the dusty trail. No big deal still, you say? A simple shuffling of in-house talent? Less than 24 hours later, as sure as a one-legged Japanese broad is named Irene, Sony Studio Japan themselves confirmed the Great Purge had fucking begun. And I quote, "In an effort to further strengthen business relations, SIE can confirm PlayStation Studios Japan Studio will be reorganized into a new organization on, you guessed it, folks, April 1st, 2021. Japan Studio will be recentered to Team Asobi, the creative team behind Astro's Playroom, allowing the team to focus on a single vision and build on the popularity of Astro's Playroom, whatever the flying fuck that is. In addition, the roles of external production, software localization, and IP management of Japan Studio titles will be concentrated within the global functions of PlayStation Studios." Unfucking quote. Ouch-a-roo, my friends. There's so many fleeing Japanese, you'd think they heard a B-29. And for all the wailing on the interweebs about how the godless, filthy round eyes are ruining the Sony Corporation, shit sucked long the fuck before this, folks. This particular piper's been sending past due notices for a mongoloid micro-minute. Look, gang, the glory days of Shadow of the Colossus are so far in the rearview mirror they've lapped the earth and reappeared in front of us. Like, literally, they already remastered the fucking thing a couple years ago. Their litany of more recent releases reads like Uwe Boll's filmography. Who wouldn't be setting the world ablaze, pinching out perma-classics like fucking Knack? You all remember Knack, right? No, not the comb-over collective that wrote My Sharona. They sold actual units. The PlayStation Knack was far too busy sucking units. And before you cry about the company's new California headquarters or how the filthy white devils ruined your shitty gaming company of choice, remember who the fuck you're talking about here. Sony spent decades dismissing Western criticisms of their stale fucking franchises while the waving weave fields online engaged in apologia on their behalf, no matter how valid the critique. Truth hurts, so brace for fucking impact, Nihongo files. Apologizing for a subpar product begets more subpar product. More subpar product begets diminishing returns. Diminishing returns begets the butt-fucking you're witnessing at present. So devout Sony cronies who shouted down critics of the threadbare PS4 and its feckless franchises for fucking years, if you're cranky at all about this, yeah, take a bow, bitch. You're part of the fucking problem. Sony do bear the brunt of the responsibility, but it would have been outright impossible without an audience autismally inclined to such a sky-splitting degree they generated enough excuses for repeated fucking failure to ensure it in perpetuity. Think there's a lesson in there for WWE and AEW and professional wrestling at large? 2021, the year Sony went from an out-of-touch, insulated East Asian company catering to niche Japanese interests, no matter how dated or unplayable the product, to an out-of-touch, insulated California company catering to niche socio-political interests, no matter how dated or unplayable the product. Progress. Welcome to the brave new world, my friends, where Sony's an American company, most of their fans are European, and sumo wrestlers only shave their legs so you can tell them apart from the fucking feminists. I'm Razor Fist. God fucking speed.
Quadruple platinum prize.
Quadruple platinum prize.